Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Westmarch campaign. Today will be the first play session of a new character and a reintroduction to a character that hasn't been to a player that hasn't been at the table for a while, and a new player. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for coming and watching us experience this firsthand. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go over to our new players. One second. I got this. I'm totally a professional. Hello, y'all.
Hello.
How is everyone this evening?
Pretty good.
Good. Glad to hear it. So, welcome to the table and welcome to the Westmarch campaign as a whole. Since this is your, I think, third time being at the table. And then, Aoka, this is your first time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and introduce your characters and yourselves. We're going to let Init go first because Init's been here before. And then we will let you go, Aoka. So Init, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, your character, and let us know where you can be found outside of my wonderful D&D table.
Hi, I'm Enid. My username is Ghost Enid. You can find me pretty much anywhere under that username on Twitch and Twitter and such. Ghost Enid. My character I'm playing tonight is a bard who is a tiefling, actually, a tiefling specifically for this campaign.
Yeah, I believe you're playing a Lunarian variant tiefling?
Yes.
Yeah, so you, instead of having bone-like horns, your horns are made of precious gemstone.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I believe that's it. Let me know if I missed something.
Pronouns for you and your character?
Currently, lately, she. And my character, they.
All
Me,
right.
she, they.
Awesome. And now, Aoka, if you want to introduce yourself, your character, and let us know where else we can find you on the World Wide Web.
Okay. My name is Aoka. Everywhere you can find me as Aokaist. Just okayist with an A at the front. I do stream every once in a while on Twitch, but it's few and far between. And my character is a sorcerer class.
You are playing a Draconic Bloodline Aasimar sorcerer.
Yeah.
And what are your pronouns and the character's pronouns?
It'll be a he, him for both.
All right, fantastic. So we're gonna do what I like to call a hot start. Essentially, you guys have been sent to an ancient temple to investigate the sightings of banditry and pirates that were kind of prowling around after the recent war that happened within Retford. There was a massive war due to an Illithid invasion. Your characters both work for an organization known as the Hall of Blades, mercenary organization that kind of protect the town. You're essentially Retford's version of the Flaming Fist. So you have been sent to this ancient temple to kind of investigate claims of goblin and orc mercenaries that are kind of coming down here and trying to muscle into your territory and steal ancient artifacts from this temple. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the battle map, okay. So I forgot to put your PNGs on the battle map screen too. So let me just do that really quickly. And I swear I do this all the time. I'm definitely a professional. Alrighty. So, let me know if you guys can see the battle map itself.
Okay.
With both character markers, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, also, if you wouldn't mind just moving your characters so I can know that you guys can go ahead, can move them by yourselves. Just click and drag it, Aoka. There you go. Alrighty, so, you have free reign to explore the place that you are inside of. Your characters are, you've traveled for about 3-4 hours down a very long tunnel, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater ending style, almost ladder-like entryway down into a large cut stone tunnel with lots of depictions of an ancient war with warriors, and in it, very specifically, your character would notice that most of the warriors here in these depictions are Lunarian tieflings, along with the goddess Tethala, who was the goddess that created your race of people.
Ooh.
And this would be the tunnel, the temple you were told to come in, investigate, and secure.
Nice.
So you have pretty much one way forward. As far as like entryway goes, this is kind of the only way you see forward. This is the way you came in. What are you doing?
I'm studying the depictions on the walls. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, if you would like to, you can roll a knowledge history check to see if you know anything about this conflict that these characters are fighting in. So in your character sheet, it'll be on the far right-hand side. You just look for the knowledge categories, and then history will be one of them. If you want to just click that, and it'll tell me what you rolled.
All right, so character sheet. Open that back up. Under history.
Yep, knowledge history. And you just click that option. With a 14, you know that this was an ancient conflict. This temple seems to have been around for a very, very long time. It's likely easy to assess that this was the Gods' War, a conflict in which one of the former god of undeath, Malakar, waged war on their siblings, which ended in Malakar's death and the death of millions of innocent mortals around the world. Your people were insurmountably responsible for saving millions of lives during that war, and that is what this depicts.
Nice. That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You will.
Aoka, what is your character doing while this is happening?
I guess I could look for signs of recent activity around.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and roll me a perception check. Same thing. If you look over on the right side of your character sheet, there should be a category called skills. You're going to click the one that says perception. That's a natural 1. You don't see anything. Seems that the dust hasn't been disturbed in a very, very long time. So if somebody did come through here, they covered their tracks real well. That's for sure.
Wow, that was an impressive first roll.
Fantastic. Getting it started off good. Get them natural ones out of the way. Okay, so as you as you kind of turn this corner, you see there is a long hallway going straight forward with two paths, one on the left and one on the right. It both seem similarly identical. There are, though, on one path, there is a symbol of the goddess Priscilla, goddess of one-on-one combat and honor. And on the right side, there is on this pillar here is Priscilla, and on this side is a depiction of the moon goddess Tethala, the goddess of large-scale warfare, love, and beauty. And among other things.
I'm gonna be looking at the picture of not the picture, what do you say? It was a carving.
It's a depiction. It's like a mosaic built into the wall. So it's made of like little rocks that make up a picture.
I'm gonna be looking at that, and I feel like I would be more inclined to go down the hallway.
Okay. Yeah.
Closest. Yeah.
So that would be this hallway.
Yeah.
Do you follow Aoka? Does your character follow?
I will follow. Yeah.
Alrighty. And did you get the name I sent you for your character?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just giving you just so you can I will start calling your character by that name. So look out, just listen for it. Okay.
Okie doke.
Alrighty. So If you step into this hall, do you go ahead and step into this hallway, or do you wait and watch them go first?
I will step in the hallway also.
Alrighty. So as you step into the hallway, you see behind you the wall slam shut. There's a door in front of you, and the wall behind you seems to be unmoving and made of a cold slab stone of this white glowing material. And your character, Niev, would know that this is moonstone, and it is virtually indestructible. One of the only materials that can break this is adamantine.
That's not good, is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of like rubbing my hands on it, like, oh, yes, this feels nice.
It feels like home.
Yeah.
A little chunk of home just shot itself out of the wall and trapped you in this hallway.
I should be nervous, but I am feeling somewhat at ease. You know, I went down the hallway
Mm-hmm.
of
your
my
god.
goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah, my god. And this is, I'm trapped here, but moonstone. Am I right?
Yeah. So, Dasan, you kind of see your companion Niev begin to just kind of rest up against this moonstone wall. There's a soft glow coming from the stone, and as Niev kind of leans into it, their horns begin to glow the same color as the stone wall. Niev, as you lean into this wall, you feel this sense of calm that you haven't felt since you left home. Almost as if the goddess has reached out and put a hand on your shoulder and told you things were going to be okay.
I love it.
How does Dasan feel about this?
Well, this is a certain interesting expectation of events, or series of events, rather.
Mm-hmm. Would your character say anything to Niev, or are you going to just leave Niev to the comfort of their moonstone?
I believe he would just shrug and just let him be for a moment.
Alrighty. Niev, after a few moments, you kind of feel like someone pats you on the back and is like, "Yeah, okay, hurry on now." Almost like a mother would their child. Just go on, hurry on now.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna start walking down towards the end of this hallway.
Okay. As you do, you find two large carved moonstone doors. The grips of the handle, the doorknobs are shaped like a waxing and waning crescent moon, that kind of face one another, and easily opened. They're not locked. You don't know what particular thing, consequence the wall closing will do, but you do know that that it doesn't seem like you're not. It seems like you're safe for the time being. It does not seem like this is a trap of any kind.
That's good.
So you can just head through the door if you would like.
Oh yeah, I was about to do so. But to ask, what's your name again?
Dasan?
Dasan? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I think I would gesture Dasan to come with me. We only have one way to go, so we might as well go through it.
As you enter, you see surrounding an altar in the center of the room are four statues of winged, angelic-like creatures in full plate armor holding large broadswords that are facing downward. And in the back of the room is an altar with a statue on it. The statue seems to have been desecrated, but at one point there was a statue to the god Gatlock standing on this altar. Dasan, being that you are an Aasimar, and Aasimar in this world come from the city, from the Cloud City, where Gatlock reigns, because one of the cool things about my world is that the gods themselves are in the prime material plane, and you can interact with them face to face. This is a god whom you would recognize. This is someone who probably you knew growing up as your king.
It's
And
interesting that this is here.
These 4 statues look like his honor guard. This is something that you would recognize.
Yes, I think he would be looking around and just trying to soak it in and very confused.
He seems to have gone. You seems to have gone from an area dedicated to the moon goddess, sister of the god Gatlock, to a temple of the sun god. Maybe this temple is multicultural, multi-religious. Okay, you kind of circle around behind the statues.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so, Annette, as you step into the middle of the statues, I need you to make me a will save. Please and thank you.
No problem. Remind me. where to go for
Top
that one
left-hand corner, you're looking for will. Top left-hand corner of your sheet.
again. There it is.
Ooh, okay, so you feel something attempt to pull you from where you are to another location, but you are able to will yourself to stay. But there is definitely some form of magic in the center of this room.
I think my confusion is leading to uneasiness,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I was walking around.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see as Niev kind of steps in between the statues, like a blue glow begin to engulf Niev, and then Niev just kind of shrugs it off.
Like would giggle a little bit because Niev has a tendency to step in places.
Yeah,
And,
this is
Niev
not
would
your
be
first
like, Niev
rodeo.
would feel this happen, and Niev would be like, "Not today." Haha.
Not
Just a little chuckle to themselves.
Fantastic. Yeah, you are not teleported today. Okay. Do you communicate to your companion what just happened to you?
Oh. Okay, yeah. So, hey, by the way, there's something going on here. I felt something kind of weird happen when I walked through the middle of the statues, but it disappeared pretty quickly, so I'm not too worried about it, but maybe we should be a little worried about it. And then she starts looking at the altar again.
I think my response would be that there's something off about this place.
As
You're uneasy, and I'm curious.
As you approach the altar, you do see that the statue of Gatlock had been desecrated, marked with paint or blood. Some kind of red, sanguine liquid has kind of smeared over the sun god's face. The statue itself is seemingly intact but scuffed. It seems like someone's broken his nose off. Someone really just does not like the sun god came through here.
So question, what is the sun god's relation to the moon god? I'm trying to
So the sun god is her younger brother. The sun god is Tethala's younger brother.
Did they get along?
Yes, they get along swimmingly.
Okay. So I think
She's actually very protective of Gatlock.
Right. Okay, good. So I was thinking Niev is probably looking at the altar, and she's probably a little upset. And she might have the urge to start, or they might have the urge to start kind of reaching their hands out, and they want to like maybe clean it up a little bit, but they also feel like maybe they shouldn't touch it. So they want to, but they don't.
Well, what class is Niev again?
A bard.
Okay. Your bard may or may not have the mending cantrip. Be in your spells list. That would be a good way to fix this, or the prestidigitation cantrip. It's a very easy way. You always know. So one thing that you, as a Lunarian tiefling, have kind of advantage-wise over other races is your direct connection to your god. You are the closest, besides the high elves, to your creator god, and you would know that any act that is in service to the gods, the gods are not going to look down upon. Like if you're cleaning this statue, more than likely you'll be rewarded rather than harmed.
Okay. So while Niev was pretty cocky about walking through the middle of the statues, Niev is feeling just a little apprehensive about touching the altar with their fingers precisely, but they do have the
Prestidigitation. Okay,
Yes.
so you can clean the sanguine liquid off. You know, statue looks pristine once again. Nose is still broken off, but as you cast Prestidigitation, it doesn't. It seems to clean the statue off, and the room seems to kind of. There's an air. There was an air of like unease in this room, as your friend had said, but that seems to calm once the statue is cleaned. Almost a warmth flowing through the both of you as this room goes from kind of a dim, like the flickering torches were like dim and almost going out to they brighten and like the flames kind of increase in intensity, but not in like a threatening way, more of the room has brightened up kind of way. And you hear like the sound of a lock unlocking in the bottom left-hand corner of the room here.
I believe Desson would start walking toward the door while also thanking Niev for doing what they did. Oop, I didn't mean to click that.
Nope, you're okay. That's totally understandable. But yeah, you see there are a pair of double doors, both of them similar to the moon doors. They have the like suns as the door handles, the holy symbol of Gatlock, which is a red sun on like a white background, which actually it's the symbol of the holy symbol of Gatlock is actually the symbol I used for this Discord's like profile picture. So the server picture is Gatlock's holy symbol. And you can that's kind of painted on the door, and the doors do not seem to be locked anymore. But yeah, so that is kind of what you're able to do going forward. Do you go through the doors, or are you going to walk cautiously? Remember, though I know you can see the next room, your characters cannot.
I think Niev is gonna do what Niev does and just walk through the door.
As you walk through the door, you see, kind of looking down into this very large pit in the center of the room, is this little goblin man. He's got almost what looks like a bar, like a cabinet door as a shield, and like a little mace. And you do know that goblin pirates were seen kind of entering this temple, and probably from the red markings on his shield, this was one of the people who desecrated the statue.
Does the goblin see us?
Nope, he's more interested right currently in that hole in the ground.
Gotcha. I'm gonna sort of like knock my elbow and like against his elbow. They saw it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And kind of like gesture over towards the goblin. Like, hey, we gotta do something about it. Like, look, kind of like a look. Like, what do you want to do?
If you would like to be able to speak and not be perceived, I need both of you to roll a stealth check for me. So over in your skills, there should be a stealth skill. If you want to click that one for me.
Stealth.
Ooh. All right. Not great rolls, guys. Not great rolls. It's a natural 1, total 5, and a natural 8, total 9.
So it's just that we can't talk, right?
No, it's not. I would say that you can talk, you can whisper, you can do whatever you want, but there's a high likelihood the goblin will hear you. Like you're intentionally being stealthy. You're just bad at it.
Niev is trying to knock Deson's elbow and be like, psst, 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 look at that over there.
As you like make the pss, pss, pss noises, the goblin like looks over and will go, "Ah, who? What? Why are you here? You get out of temple. It's our temple." And he'll point his little makeshift mace at you. It's like a really heavy looking rock tied to the end of a club.
I think Niev would be like, your temple.
Yes, goblins, take it. It's our temple now.
I think that son would be a little cocky and be like, "Oh, what are you gonna do if we all leave?"
And then I kill you. And throw you down a hole. See how long it take you to hit bottom.
You're gonna throw both of us down a hole?
After I beat you to death with mace, yes.
I think Daesan would say that's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
I
think we got a good chance. I think we can take him.
All right, roll initiative.
Yeah.
INT.
Yep.
Oh, isn't it?
That's intelligence. Below that should be a
INIT.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So, Dasan, what did you roll?
4.
And Niev.
9.
So sometimes, especially when you roll initiative, I like to type up an initiative tracker in Discord. So I will ask you what you rolled, so because I won't be able to see it right away.
Oh.
Yep. So and then the goblin rolled a 12, so it is the goblin's turn first. Oh. So we're gonna turn on some battle music, and the goblin is going to move forward and attack Niev first. All right, Niev. So these are going to be against your armor class. So that'll be your AC. First roll is a 23 versus your AC. Does that hit you?
And I press AC, right?
No, there should be a number right next to AC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, that hits me. My number's a 19.
Okay, so he's going to deal... he hits you for 2 points of bludgeoning damage. So you can subtract 2 points from your... I will subtract 2 points from your health points. You are now down to 31 health points instead of 33. Okay, so he's going to roll again, because that's a natural 20.
Gosh.
Yeah, so he hits you for 9 points of damage that time. Not too bad of a hit, but it's still a pretty heavy hit for a little goblin. He will roll again. Does 11 beat your AC?
No, my AC is 19. So
okay, so that is the end of his turn because he did his full 3 attacks and did not move his full movement. Up next is Niev. You have a chance to retort his barrage onslaught of mace strikes against your face. How do you retort against this goblin?
Well, I'd like to use my Blade of Heroism. I've yet to use it.
Alrighty.
And I will hit the goblin.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll. Just click the blade. That is a natural 1, total 8, total 7. Nope. That will not hit the goblin with your critical failure. You may try again. You can attack up to 3 times as long as you don't move or do any other actions. But you do have other options. Casting spells, depending on the duration, can be between an action and a half action. And then cantrips are always a half action.
Could I? So I get
3 actions total. So you've used
Okay.
1, so you got 2 more.
All right. I want to hit one more time with my blade of heroism.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll. That's a natural 2, total 8.
Nice.
Will not hit the
Great.
goblin.
Okay. And as a last ditch, because I'm clearly not doing so well with my blade, would Niev be able to kind of try to push the goblin away, maybe perhaps
Yeah,
towards the
so
hole?
make a combat maneuver check. So that would be your CMB. That'd be right under like your health and or right up there by your health and your stats.
CMB.
Yep.
There it is.
So 23, yeah. So you beat his CMD by 10 points. So you will push him back 10 feet. So you push him back to right there.
Nice.
And so that will end your turn. And now it is Desan's turn. You are up, Aoka.
Okay. So I guess I'll try to attack him too.
Okay.
Do I have to be like one square over, like here or here?
Yeah, so it's 5 feet, 5 foot of range, unless you are casting a spell or attacking with a ranged weapon. You have darts, I do believe, as a ranged weapon, and then you also have, I believe I gave you a mace as your melee, and then you also have spells that you can do from different ranges, and then cantrips are considered half actions, so you can do 2 of those, and they count as one full action.
Okay. I want to
so
swing at him with the mace.
Okay, so just click the mace, and I will roll your attack roll. A 16 will hit him. You do 2 points of bludgeoning damage with your mace. Good job. So you hit him, and it does a decent little amount of damage. You got 2 more actions left because you didn't use your full movement. So if you would like to keep beating on him with that mace, you can.
Yeah, I'll hit him one more time with the mace.
Okay. An 8 will miss, unfortunately.
Okay. And I try to shove him into the hole.
Yep, so go ahead and roll a CMB, which is right up by your stats and your health and all that. That is the goblin stands firm and will kind of shove you back a little bit with his shield, and being that it is now his turn, he is going to swing at you 3 times with his mace to try and get you to leave him the fuck alone. Does a 17 beat your AC?
It is 17.
Okay, so then it does not hit. 21 will beat your AC, and we'll do one more roll, so it's a 14. So you take a total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage, since he only hit you 1 time. You being a squishy caster, you don't have that many health points.
Oh.
Alrighty. So, Niev, you see your friend attempt to get a heavy hit off on the goblin and attempt to push him down into a hole, and not quite get him there, and the goblin pushes back and hits your friend back with his mace, missing 2 more times, kind of batted away with the angel's wings. What's your move? What you doing?
I definitely want to get in a little closer.
Okay.
How close can I get in with
So if you open your character sheet, underneath your equipment over in the your extras page, you should have movement speed down at the bottom of that.
hold on.
Here, let me go ahead and open the Roll20 in a new tab so it doesn't pop up on the recording, and I will tell you your movement speed.
Okay, because I was looking at it, but I can't find it.
Okay, so we'll scroll all the way down. I have so many characters. character sheets I have access to. Okay, thankfully I alphabetized these. Your movement speed is 20 feet, so these are 5-foot squares.
All right, so I'm gonna move right here.
Okay.
Should just be one, right?
So that's 15. It's not. That's not even an action.
Okay. I'm gonna try to push again.
Okay, go ahead and roll CMB. 19. Okay, that will beat his CMD. You push him into the hole. And you just hear, and he is dead. Dead as fuck. You can't retrieve his body or loot it because he's dead. Because you threw him down a hole. But you are alone in this room, and that goblin is dead as fuck. This is a portcullis that seems to be closed, and down here is another portcullis, and this is an altar to what appears to be the thunder goddess Priscilla.
I think I'll take like a minor step forward and then kind of like out loud be like, why would there be this many different religions in one place so squished together? Strange.
I'm gonna be kind of like at the edge of the hole, not too close to the edge of the hole, but I'm kind of just like looking at the hole, and I'm like, you know, it dawns upon Niev that, you know, that they don't get to loot the body, so there's nothing to be gotten from that win. Niev's also feeling kind of a little irritated because their health is very low, and off of just what Niev thought would be like just a little lowly little goblin.
Wee little guy, yeah.
Yeah. So not really looking around the room quite yet. It's still kind of just like, oh man. Like, you know.
Dasan, if you would like, you can roll a knowledge history or knowledge religion check to kind of suss out why there might be this many religions in one place.
What would history be?
History and religion both would be under the knowledge section in your skills. So there's a bunch of them that say knowledge before them. And then,
yeah, okay.
So you can either roll history or religion, up to you.
I did history.
So rolling history, you would, you don't know much about history, but you do know that these particular gods have history. Like the first area was a area of worship specifically for Tethala and Priscilla, this goddess that is kind of on this altar. And you do know that those two gods are, you know, wives. They're married, so you do know that, you know, this is kind of a having those two in the same temple is not unheard of. Gatlock is the younger brother of Tethala. Often his early worship was practiced in Tethala's temples, so it's not unheard of for this many, but it's been a very long time since it happened. So this is probably a very old place. Also, Aoka, one of the things that Dasan gets is you have wings, so if you wanted to loot the body, you could probably go pull that goblin up out of that hole, if you wanted to.
I think I would ask Niev, want me to go get it, seeing that they're disdain for losing it.
Niev would get very excited, but try to be pretty cool about it. Like, if you want to, you know, not gonna make you.
Okay, I will try to get it. How do I do that?
Yeah, so basically, this is kind of a flavor thing. You have wings, you can fly. You don't have to worry about, like, fall damage in this particular instance. You just kind of spread your wings a little bit, glide down, find the mangled corpse of this goblin laying on top of a small pile of silver, and he is just dead as shit at the bottom of this offering hole. You do feel as you're down here, as you're down here, you do feel kind of like, you never walked into a room and it's like static electricity in the room?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I think I just grab the silver in the body and I just head straight up. Try not to linger
Okay,
down there.
I need you to make me a reflex saving throw as you try to grab the silver.
Reflex. Where would REF?
Yep. All right, so you take no damage because you would have taken half, but it only did 1 point. So a small bolt of electricity attempts to shock your hand and does shock the silver, but not the body. Something is warning you not to take this offering.
Yeah, I think I'll leave this over and then get the body and leave that down there.
Yeah, you are able to fly up as you and Niev, you kind of see kind of down in the darkness of the hole a spark happen at the bottom, and then it's dark again.
And has he flown back up yet, or is
this is right before he flies back up out of the thing with the body of the goblin.
Right. Gonna kind of like put both my hands like around my mouth, like in a shouting kind of. You good down there?
I believe this one would be like, yeah, just a little strange down here. There's some offerings as I'm flying up.
Yeah, you kind of get to the top with the dead body of the goblin, and your wings are kind of puffed out because you've been in like static electricity, and down don't exactly mix. But yeah, you're able to fly still, and you're able to stay. You know, you're able to get the goblin up and at the top of the hole. Niev, you see the goblin is still intact, little mangled from the fall, but still for the most part intact. Dead as fuck. But its equipment's still on it if you want to loot it.
Yeah.
Okay. It has a set of leather armor on it. It has a small wooden shield, a light mace, and about 200 silver pieces on its person. So that's 20 gold in total of silver.
So I believe I'm gonna divide up the silver, the gold, silver between the two of us.
Okay.
We each have 10 golds worth of
Yep,
silver.
10 golds worth of silver.
I believe Niev's not interested in the other stuff, so if Isan wants that, go ahead. Kind of just put their body right back down on the ground, but then they'll recognize this place as a place of worship to their god Chithala, and then
this is actually a place of worship to the goddess Priscilla, which is your goddess's wife.
I meant the place like as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the gods that Niev worships. So Niev would probably take half of the silver she has.
Okay, so 50 silver.
Yeah, and they would toss it down the hole.
Okay. As you do this, the hole begins to spark again. And Niev, I need you to roll me a will save really quickly. You don't feel as if this is something negative that's happening to you, but something is attempting to communicate. Do you allow it to?
11.
Okay, so you don't really have much of a choice. You get this voice in your head asking you, give me an offering of a weapon, and I will give you a boon in return.
So, definitely considering this offer, because I've got a couple of weapons I don't really use that much, and I feel as if I did nothing wrong here that would warrant anything negative to happen to me. I gave an offering to the wife of my goddess, and I'm interested. So I would like to offer my short sword.
Okay. So you go to kind of place the short sword into the hole, and as you play, you get it where the blade is just inside the top of the hole. It is engulfed in electricity, and it is rejected from the hole but you now have a short sword of lightning that does 1d4 extra lightning damage.
Ooh. I'm just excited. I'm so excited.
You gave an
buying it.
offering, and now your short sword does an extra bit of damage when you successfully hit, and it does 1d4 lightning damage, and I will put that on your sheet.
Yay. Yep.
So we'll go down here. Short sword of lightning, and then it does 4. Lightning. And now when you roll the short sword, if it hits, it does an extra lightning damage.
Nice.
Which that would have been a natural 20. Looks like the GM's rolling real good tonight. It's my second one in the evening. Okay, as you do get this sword back and kind of give your offering, you hear the opening of the 2 portcullises on both sides of the room, one to the right and one to the one to the east, one to the south. And the statue of Priscilla is now the eyes of it are now glowing. If you go into the Discord and you look in, it is in lore and game mechanics, and go to UE's maps and lore, you can actually find art of each of the gods listed with their names above them. So you can kind of see what the statue looks like.
And you said this is
This statue is Priscilla. Yes, goddess of thunder.
Nice.
But yeah, now these both of these doors are open, and you have 2 choices. You can go right, or you can go down.
Niev's gonna look over at Desan and kind of like, which direction are you feeling?
I think Dasan would say we should keep going down. It seems to be continually going down, like stair-like, and I'm curious to know what's further.
All right, then go ahead and follow.
Alrighty. Are you walking brazenly into the next room, or are you cautious, do you think? Because it seems that this one isn't quite the 2x2 that you've been used to.
I believe after the first goblin and getting smacked real good, he's going to be very cautious.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check, and then perception as you walk through the door. Not very stealthy, though you are a very large person with big wings. You can still roll me that perception check. So before you kind of get through the door, you kind of look through and peek in without them noticing you. But you see 2 goblins kind of conversing back and forth. Where do you think Steve went? Don't know. Haven't heard from him. He's just been staring at that hole, trying to figure out how to get that silver out. Yeah. The boss told us not to let him stay in there too long. Yeah, but you know Steve, he's not exactly the brightest of the bunch. Maybe we should just let him fall in the hole. Maybe. But won't we get in trouble? I don't think we will. Long as we avoid that, long as we don't steal from those treasure chests in the other room. And that's kind of what you get from the 2 goblins that are standing in the room. They have not noticed you. You have not quite gone into the room yet. But that's something you were able to discern as you were going through and looking at like what was going on in the next room.
I think he would turn around and let them know about the goblins. Let Niev know.
Okay. How do you communicate that to Niev?
I'm sorry.
I would whisper it to Niev.
Okay. So this is more me going. How do you communicate that? Is GM speak for what do you say to Niev?
Oh, there's 2 more up ahead. What do you want to do?
So there's just 2 more bed. That's it.
As far as I can tell.
Okay.
You did hear them
Really?
talking about a boss. Like there's someone that's in charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I say I see 2, but they're talking about others.
They're talking about more. Okay. I feel like Niev would want to perhaps get to them before they bring in more. So
Okay.
Niev is gonna say maybe we should try to get the jump on them. And I'm gonna kind of walk a little closer to Desan.
All right.
I think this son would be nervous, but willing to take on 2 rather than take on more later.
Okay. If you guys would like to try and get the jump on them, you can roll me another pair of stealth checks and see if you can sneak into this room before they notice you. All right, 18. That's pretty dang good. And a 9. All right. So because it's a group stealth, and it's only 2 of you, I'm gonna say you got a pretty decent stealth. You can get in there without them seeing you and get 1 surprise action each. So you can each get 1 action off before the goblins notice you're there.
Okay. Can I cast Ray of Frost toward them?
Yeah, you can. Ray of Frost is a... you go ahead and click the spell for me. So, Ray of Frost is... you succeed in doing it. It'll do evocation, a ray of freezing air, and ice projects from your pointer figure. You must succeed on a ranged touch attack. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a 1d20 and then add your charisma modifier to it. So whatever the modifier is next to your charisma score, slash roll 1d20 in the chat box down here, and then
Okay.
plus your charisma modifier. Okay, so what is your charisma mod?
The mod is 3.
Okay, so that is a 22. That will hit. Which one would you like to hit and do 1 point of cold damage against?
The one furthest from me.
So
on
this
the
one
left.
right here.
Yeah.
So if you click and hold this goblin,
Oh.
it will ping for me, and yeah, there you go. So you can show me what you want to target. All right, so minus 1 point. Niev, what is your 1 action before these goblins see you?
I am going to I'm gonna summon monster.
Okay, what monster would you like to summon? If you
Can I do
Mhm.
like since Desan's doing ice magic, maybe I bring in an ice elemental?
Yeah, absolutely. You can bring a little ice elemental.
All right, I'm gonna bring in a little ice elemental.
All right, bink. All right, do me a favor. Roll me a d6. 1d6.
There's a button, right?
Yeah, on the left side of your screen, there's a little dice option, and then you can just click the way the dice are here on the right side, on the left hand side.
Okay, there it is. 1d6.
Yep. And then what is your Constitution modifier?
My Constitution modifier is. Let me pull it back up. Closed it briefly. Which one you said? Constitution?
Yep.
My modifier is. Wait, I'm sorry.
You're all right. Take your time.
Where's Constitution?
Over on your top, your like main 6 stats.
Oh, I'm looking everywhere but those. Okay.
Yeah. What is the modifier for that?
Oh, oops. My modifier is 3.
Okay, so this thing will have 6 points of health to start, and can attack with a body slam, and then it also can do Ray of Frost. Those are your options with this little elf or little ice elemental. And it's going to use your modifiers as far as like attacks go. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll 1d20 plus what would be your spellcasting modifier, so your charisma score. But being that you summoned this monster as your one action before they noticed you, it is time to roll for initiative. The ice elemental will go on your turn. So roll for initiative, please.
Both of us?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right. Niev, what did you roll?
15.
All right. And Dasan, what did you roll?
15.
Hell yeah. Okay. So what are your dexterity scores?
13.
Okay.
14.
All right. So Niev, you will go first.
So I think Niev is gonna maybe head over. Let's see, I can go 20 feet. I'm gonna go to the one closest to me because I think that's as far as I can get.
Okay.
So I think that's my whole action, right?
So it's 5, 10. Because you moved diagonally. 5, 10.
Okay, sweet. And then I'm just gonna pull out my new shiny sword. I'm super excited to use it and
All right.
make a hit.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll, please. 14 will hit. You deal 5 points of electric piercing damage. And you hit this thing hard.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
All righty.
Where can I see my movement?
So your movement... Let me grab your sheet really quickly. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of your main page, it says speed 20 feet.
Oh, okay, same. Okay, so it's same.
But yeah, Niev, it is still your turn.
Oh, I get to go again? That's
Yep,
right.
you have 3 actions, and then your ice elemental has an action.
I'm gonna hit with my sword again, my short sword.
Okay. 16 will hit. It's 7 points of damage as you stab this thing through and kill it. You have 10 more feet of movement. You only need to move 5 more to be able to hit the next goblin.
All right, I'm gonna run over and do one more hit with my sword.
All right, so 16 will hit, dealing 3 points of damage. And now your ice elemental has an action.
Niev is just like all smiles the whole time, like, look at my sword. My ice elemental. Can my ice elemental get close enough to the?
It has 15 foot of movement, and so it'll use its whole movement here to move here. So it doesn't have a full action as a half action. Ray of Frost is a cantrip, but if you cast Ray of Frost within within melee range, it will invoke an attack of opportunity. If you would like, instead of that, you can have it move here and then cast, because Ray of Frost is a ranged spell.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely let it stay there.
Okay.
And Ray of Frost.
Okay, so roll me 1d20 plus your charisma modifier.
And my charisma modifier is 3.
All right. So the first roll would have been a 7, and so since cantrips are a half action, you could have gotten 2 off in one shot. So that 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll me. Let me double check how much damage this does. 1d3. Just roll /roll 1d3 because that's not an option in the little roller. You do a single point of ice damage. This is a very cold goblin. It's been hit with Ray of Frost twice now. Once by your sorcerer friend, once by your ice elemental. All right, Dasan, it is your turn.
Okay. If I were to is this 5, 10?
So yeah, what you just moved is, so you would have to get there. You would move 5, 10.
Okay. So if I wanted to go straight on and then do Ray of Frost again.
Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and click it. Or roll me 1d20, 1d20 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
So your charisma modifier is 3, right?
Yeah, let me just
So
make sure.
a 15 will hit. You do 3 more points of cold damage. And being that Ray of Frost is a cantrip, you can do it again. And it only counts as 1 action.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another d20 plus 3. Yeah, 15 will hit, so go ahead and roll. Just click Ray of Frost again.
Okay.
So, interesting thing that just happened. You have a thing called spell failure chance. You have to roll higher than a 2 on a 1d100, or higher than a 5. You rolled a 2. Your spell, you go to cast your spell, and it fizzles. The spell fails, so you do have 2 more actions, though. Which means you can cast up to 4 more cantrips. And you can cast spells if you want to use your spell slots.
Do I have a spell that does any kind of healing for us or anything like that?
You should have your access to your spell list.
Okay.
So if you click spells, and then kind of look through the ones that you have, I don't believe you do, because you're focused on evocation magic.
Okay.
But if you wanted a more healing focused class, you're looking at cleric, war priest, magus. But most of yours are damage dealing spells.
Okay. I'll just hit him with Ray of Frost again.
Alrighty. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll 1d20 plus 3. So that will miss, unfortunately. But you've got a bunch more chances at this point because you're just using cantrips. Acid Splash is another one that I do believe you have if you wanted to use a different damage type.
Okay, yeah, I can try doing that. I wasn't sure if it was an area.
So Acid Splash does do an AoE of acid after it's hit. So when you play it's kind of like when you're doing it in Baldur's Gate 3, you hit a target and then it splashes acid outward.
I think my concern was hitting Niev.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
With the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to just do Ray of Frost again, just roll me another d20 plus 3.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's a natural 1. Oh wait, no, you typed that a little wrong. So try that again. Try that again.
I did do that.
So over in the left-hand corner of the screen, there's all these little commands. One of them is a dice bot. If you hit the advanced roller at the bottom, it gives you the option of all of the different dice types, and then you can add to it the modifier. So that's one way to do it, and then you can also do the slash roll the way you're doing.
Okay.
Just to make it a little easier on yourself.
I do like that.
Yep. Okay, yeah, 21 will hit. Go ahead and click Ray of Frost. See how much damage you do. You see this thing turn to ice as you hit it with another Ray of Frost.
I was frustrated when it missed the second time.
Yeah. It is dead as hell and frozen. One of them is an icicle. The other one is a lootable corpse. And then there are two sets of doors, one to the south here, and one to the east here.
Niev is immediately going to start going through
Okay.
the armor. Yeah.
Okay. There's the goblin that is not an icicle, has a set of like a chain shirt on. He's got a scimitar in his hand and another one of these like almost cabinet door shields. He's wearing a really nice pair of leather boots, and then he's got 5 gold on him.
Niev's gonna ask Jason if they'd like anything. You want any of this?
I believe this. I'm gonna just be like, just divvy up best you can. He's very just all about the exploring and the
Learning about this place.
He's obsessed that his magic failed right now. He's having a hard time wondering why that fizzled out.
So he as a spellcaster, an innate spellcaster, would know that sometimes the weave is just not happy with us. And sometimes spells just kind of go fucky. Magically, this is just something that it's very rare that it happens, but it happens sometimes, and it's one of those this doesn't happen very often, I swear, kind of situations. 1 in 4 wizards.
These nice leather boots, are they an upgrade for either of us?
You don't know. Do either of you have the cantrip detect magic?
I do.
Yeah, you can activate that and see if anything on this goblin is magical.
Okay, and then I just click it.
So essentially, it's a flavor spell. So since it's a cantrip, it doesn't cost anything. If you'd like to click it to see what it does, you can. But I know what it does right off the bat. You see on this goblin, the boots themselves kind of light up. A lot of Niev's equipment lights up blue, like it's glowing blue because it's a lot of what Niev is carrying is magical. But the boots on this goblin do glow blue, as well as a necklace on the goblin that you turned to ice. So deep within the ice, there is a necklace that is glowing blue and seemingly untouched by the ice, though it is buried beneath it, and you would have to kind of chip it out.
Could I reach into the ice with burning hands and grab the necklace?
That you could burn your spell slot and do that, yeah, if you wanted to. Acid would also work, so you could just kind of acid
splash it?
Yeah, you could acid splash it and melt it down without wasting a spell slot.
Okay. Well, I want to try to do that because I notice it.
Yeah, it doesn't even take like a roll to hit it or anything. You just kind of cast acid splash right above it. You melt the ice down. The goblin on the inside of it kind of gets hit with the acid a little bit, but even with the acid touching it, the necklace seems untouched. And it is a just a beautiful like it's a sigil of a dragon's head with two like wyvern-like wings and a stinger coming from the bottom of it. This is a holy symbol. If you'd like to know to which god, you may roll religion. Knowledge religion.
I'm curious. I'll roll it. Religion.
With a natural 20, this goblin worshipped Thorain Hell Queen, goddess of the nine hells and mother of the sun god Gatlock. She is one of the three gods of balance and one of the first of the three of the pantheon. She is known as the goddess of destruction, and she is often noticed as the mother of all dragons. This goblin loved dragons, apparently. You, as a draconic bloodline sorcerer, would share some affinity with this, being that you, somewhere in your family, someone else really loved dragons.
I think the son would want to keep the necklace, and then
Yeah.
tell Niev they could keep the boots.
Yeah, absolutely. Only way to find out what they do is to either put them on or identify them with a knowledge arcana check. You can either knowledge arcana or you can just do it with science.
I can try with knowledge arcana.
Okay. So you know that the boots are boots of haste. They give you one turn or you can click the heels together, and for 1d4 turns, you gain the effects of the spell haste.
That's pretty good.
And then the necklace itself is a necklace of dragon kind. So if you couldn't already speak Draconic, you can then speak Draconic. It also allows you to breathe the breath weapon of the color of the dragon depicted on the necklace, and the scales of the dragon depicted on the necklace are black. So this is this would be acid breath.
That's
So
awesome.
had this goblin gone, y'all would have been in trouble.
That's so awesome, though.
But you would have to take time to attune to this, which is a 30-minute process. If you would like, you may take a short rest, which would allow you to roll up to all three of your hit die. You don't have to roll all three, but you can roll them. Your hit die can be found on your configuration panel in your sheet, and that is what your HP are calculated with. If you would like to take a short rest. If not, you may just continue on and attune to these items later.
I think I would ask Niev
If they would like to rest and get accustomed to this new equipment, which may help us further on if we run into more of these creatures.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. I'd like to try on my new boots. We can take a quick rest.
Okay, so you take 30 minutes to rest. You may roll up to your hit, the amount of hit die you have. So for Niev, that would be 4, and for Dasan, that would be 3. You also do not have to roll all of them at one time. The actual dice, dice that you're using, is in your configuration panel.
configuration panel.
Yep.
Where would that be?
So up top by the area where you find your spells, next to that should be a thing that says configuration on your sheet, and then the thing that says HP, and then a dice next to it, like a D6 or a D4 or whatever. That is the it's your first class should be listed, which I believe for you is a sorcerer, and I think yours is a D6 if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check for you really quickly.
I accidentally clicked the measure thing and I didn't know how to undo it.
That's okay. So what you do for the measure is you just click it again.
Okay.
So you're going to go over here to where your character sheet is, open your character sheet up, go over to configuration, and yes, you are a D6. Yours is a D6, so you would roll up to 3D6. You don't have to roll all 3 of them, but you can.
Okay. What's the benefit of rolling them?
You heal.
Oh, yeah, I'll like to roll it.
Yeah,
once.
yeah. So roll a D6. And don't add any modifiers.
Okay. D6. 0.
Okay, you heal 6 points. So you did. I don't believe you've lost 6 points. You've lost 4. So you'll oh shit. You'll go back up to 18 to 16. Niev, if you would like to roll, you may also roll yours. I will check for you what your hit die is, so you don't have to worry about it. Yours is a D8, so you can roll up to 4 D8. You do not have to roll all of them.
Let me do 1 for now. See how much I get.
Okay. You heal 3 more. You heal 3 points of damage. So you're back up to 25 out of 33.
Am I fully healed?
Yeah, you're fully healed.
Oh, awesome.
You should be able to see your health bar above your character.
Okay, yeah, I see now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do another.
Okay, go ahead. So you heal another 3 points, so you're at 28.
I'm gonna try for 1 more.
Alrighty. Alrighty, so that'll bump you up another 6 points. So you're just gonna heal up to full to 33. Alrighty. You attune to these boots. You now have the ability to use haste as a spell-like ability. You can kind of look up what the haste spell does in the compendium. If you just go over to the little thing up top that looks like a stack of books, you click that and just type in the word haste, and you can find that in there. And then for you, Dasan, you can now use a breath weapon, which essentially is a one-time use per combat or per long rest. You can breathe acid breath on for 1d6 1d6 damage of acid in a cone of 10 feet.
Is it 1 turn?
Yeah,
Or-
it's one action. It's one action
One
to do it.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But yeah, so you have an area behind you that you haven't explored, like a hallway in the last room that you haven't explored, and then 2 more doors that go forward, one to the right and one down. Which way do you go?
I think he would turn to Niev and be like, lead the way.
Yeah, you technically are the senior member of the Hall of Blades, Niev, so you are in charge.
Well, I think Niev would want to go down first because it's another single file hallway.
Okay.
I mean, single square hallway, and it aligns with what Dasan was saying earlier. Dasan wants to keep going down.
Little ice elemental will follow you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sneak through this door.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Yeah.
I love that the one goblin beating your ass has made you more cautious.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
you seem like you're stealthing. You feel pretty confident that you're pretty stealthy. Dasan, you on the other hand see Niev bumbling through with this door, not stealthy at all.
Gonna walk on through.
Okay, so what you see is is a crypt. 3 statues of 3 ancient warriors, jeweled horns sticking up from each helmet. And to the right and left of you are 2 bookshelves, and kind of being watched over by these 3 statues are these 3 sarcophagi that seem to have been sealed many, many years ago.
I don't think Niev's gonna walk all the way in. I think they're gonna kind of step a little to the side. That way, Daesan could get through if he wanted to.
Okay.
While Niev
Your
normally
elemental will
would
come in
just
as well.
step in the middle, just to see what happens. So far, fate has not been on her side. Luck has not been on their side this
Yeah.
dungeon. So we're gonna just like a little to the side a little bit, like scoot over and wait.
Okay.
The sun would come in and like stay like at the doorway and just kind of like looking in, but not fully wanting to enter the room yet.
Okay. You do not see another way out aside from the door you are standing in. This seems to be a sealed room that does not have any other exits.
Would I do could I do like some kind of check on the statues to see if stepping in between them would do anything?
You can do knowledge arcana, but Dasan still does have detect magic up. They do not seem to be magical in any way. There doesn't seem to be any magic in this room aside from the equipment you're carrying. This just seems to be a crypt of some kind.
Niev is gonna see that there's no magic in the room, with Daesan's detect magic up. Is gonna slowly, carefully make their way in the middle of the statues.
Okay. You see that these statues are ancient, kind of now that you've approached. These are not statues at all. These are corpses. These are skeletons that have been propped up in these suits of armor. These are your kin from many, many years ago. Lunarian tieflings who stood vigil over these graves.
I'm definitely gonna be kind of just admiring the statues.
Yeah, you're able to admire the suits of armor. They're very well made. Time doesn't seem to have eroded them. They're made of a bronze, which is the metal associated with Tethala, as it does not as it shines well in the moonlight, and it does not erode over time. You kind of see the swords themselves are made of moonstone, which is what Tethala's honor guard carry. Are these big curved sabers made of moonstone. Likely this is a place of great honor. Whoever was buried here are individuals who were worth 3 of Tethala's honor guard, standing here until their own deaths.
I think in seeing nothing happen, the sun would like wander over here and be checking things out.
Okay, you find a bookshelf with old dusty tomes, mostly moth-eaten, like scriptures and things of that nature, accounts of the Gods' War that kind of depict the brutality that was the Illithid invasion during the Gods' War and the subsequent loss of life therein. This is the tomb of an order of knights that were dedicated to eradicating the Mind Flayer and Illithid threat, and were buried with honor after their deaths. It's kind of what you get from the bookshelves.
Okay.
Annette, you were saying Niev had something to say?
Oh no, Niev was just gonna walk forward and look at the
Sarcophagus?
the sarcophagus.
Okay.
That was all.
Alrighty. And so this seems to be a very important place. a place of honor and reverence to Niev's people, the Lunarian tieflings. But yeah. What do you guys do?
I think this one would go to the other bookshelf just to check it out.
It's a
See
lot
if
of
there's anything
it's
different.
a lot
on
more
this
of the
one.
same. You do find a scroll. This spell scroll containing the spell shield.
Okay. That probably be useful at some point.
Yep.
I think the son would like wander over here and ask if Niev's seen anything interesting so far.
Niev is gonna be. How many pieces of silver did we get off of that first goblin?
So
Armor.
you have 10 left from that goblin because you threw 10 into the offering pit.
Okay. I'm gonna put. So I think Niev would take that silver back out and put 3 pieces of each, kind of on each sarcophagus. Just a little tribute to their people.
Okay. So
So that
Niev,
would leave 1 left.
what
Mhm.
kind of armor are you wearing?
I am wearing just leather armor.
So you notice you're the kind of buckles and things on your armor, where normally they were like nickel and steel. You look down and they're now made of moonstone.
Niev is just like over the moon about being in here. She's very happy about it. Very excited. She they recognize this as another gift, kind of like from before.
Yes, this is a gift from
Yeah.
specifically from Tethala, based on the type of metal that was added to your armor. Go ahead and add instead of your leather armor, replace it with studded leather armor. If you want to drag and drop that onto your sheet, and then add another point of AC to that because it is moonstone studded leather.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so you now have new, kind of very Dasan. You see like almost like a, I don't want to say a magical girl transformation, but kind of a magical girl transformation. As the armor is now this beautiful like blue leather with these opalescent studs all throughout the leather.
I think the son would be just a little bit sarcastic in a fun way. Like, I hope it does more than just look pretty or look cool.
Niev would kind of scoff and be like, "This is a gift from my god. It will serve me well."
Niev, you kind of hear in the back of your head, I mean, it does look very pretty on you.
It does. I think
Niev, you are.
would there be any reflective surfaces anywhere in this?
Yeah, there are mirrors on like shields that look like mirrors on the wall. Niev, this is not something that's happened to you before. You've never just heard a voice in the back of your head.
Oh.
This is not a normal occurrence.
I would definitely like. Niev would be like, "What was that? Who said that?"
You hear just kind of a soft chuckle, and she goes, "Don't worry, you're safe. At least for now."
Niev would still be a little worried.
Okay.
That because still hearing a voice I've never heard before and telling me
I wouldn't say you've never heard the voice itself, but it hasn't happened in your head. But the voice somehow does seem familiar to you.
Okay, so then Neve would be a little bit calmer.
Still weird to kind of hear a voice in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But it is a familiar question mark voice. As you see a woman appear in the corner. She just kind of leaned against the wall.
Neve would jump back.
I do assure you that that the armor I gave them is more than sufficiently well functional. Niev, you would recognize this person. This is your goddess, Tethala.
I'm gonna walk closer. Gonna kind of take a couple steps closer.
She'll smile and go, "You may approach me. It's fine."
I don't think Neve would like know what to say or what to do. Neve would just be very happy and honored. Speechless, perhaps.
Okay. How's Desan
I-
reacting in this moment as this person, who you may or may not recognize, just appears in this room?
I think the sun would immediately be on guard, but like not move, just like get into a very ready for anything to happen pose.
Ready to cast some more ice magic.
Very, very like jumpy from the whole ordeal so far.
She just kind of raises a hand and goes, "Calm yourself. What is your name, Cloudwalker?" Cloudwalker is a very ancient term for Aasimar.
He would respond and be like, "The sun, I'm the sun."
It is nice to meet you. I am Tethala, goddess of war, sex, and passion. Good evening.
Neve would stammer out a hello, good evening, thank you so much for this armor.
Thank you for clearing these goblins out of my temple. And
Neve would ask, was that all of them?
No, you still have work to do. I just wanted to thank you while you were within the safe haven of my honor guard. Desan, is there a boon I can give you?
I believe the sun wouldn't know what to say.
You see her disappear and then reappear right here. So she went from halfway across the room from you to standing next to you in the blink of an eye.
What if I believe the sun would be a little startled, but he would say it's no trouble to clear out the goblins, just trying to
Appease the literal god in front of him.
yeah. We also had no choice when they attacked us anyway, so.
This is fair. How about this? And she will kind of hold her hand out and goes, "May I see your mace?"
No, I'll give it to her.
She takes it, and you see her kind of pass her hand over it, and it glows a silver energy over it, and she'll hand it back. Your mace now does an extra 1d4 force damage. So I will go ahead and add that. And she kind of smiles and goes, "A boon, as in thanks, being that you didn't have anything to request. If you, I will say that I would wish you to leave my honor guard in their rest. They were getting antsy." And you see the sarcophagi kind of move just a little. And if you're paying enough attention, Niev, you see a pair of like silver peering eyes out from underneath one of the sarcophagi lids.
Eve is a little startled. Definitely taking the hint. Bows, starts walking towards the door, bows and thanks their god as they do, and then heads towards the exit and motions for Desan to follow.
Desan immediately follows.
And you guys see in like almost a beam of moonlight the goddess disappear.
Niev is all smiles.
And I am going to give you control of your little guy, so you should be able to move your familiar by your with as well as your token. Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha.
So yeah, where are you guys going next? And do you guys talk about what just happened?
Desan would look at Niev and be like, what do you think of all of that just happened so far? And also asking, like, how many do you think are left in this place?
Okay.
So Niev's all smiles, like just super excited to be here at this place of worship of their goddess, and to be having these gifts. So Nieve is just like smiling at this, like, this is awesome. I got, look at my cool sword, look at my pretty new armor. Is there reflective?
I would say like
in this room?
I would say the reflective surface you have right now is your sword. Like you can see yourself in your sword.
Yeah.
You're just kind of looking
Nieve's
at
got
your
the sword out, looking at themselves, like making faces, like wiggling their eyebrows, just really admiring themselves.
Fantastic. Definitely working well with kind of the way you worship and the fact that Tethala is, one of her domains is beauty. And so you were able to kind of in this act of self-admiration and self-love, still act within worship of your goddess in her own temple.
I'm gonna look at Desan and say, hopefully not too many more, because I'd really like to get back to the tavern and show off my new gear.
Desan agrees and says, well, we should just continue through then. Clear this.
So you have
Get out of here.
You have two options. You can go back and investigate this room up here, or you can investigate these two doors here. Which way would you like to go?
Niev's gonna ask Desan, do you want to backtrack all the way to the room at the hole? I saw another, that other hallway. We can go down that bigger one, or we can go down this hallway right here. I think we should backtrack first, because I feel like going in deeper is just gonna bring us in deeper. Whereas if we go back, that might just be like a little side branch or something before we go in deeper, if that makes sense.
They sound like, that's cool with me. He's a very, very go with the flow type of character.
Desan very is Desan still flustered from the spell fizzle?
I think Desan's just like he just goes where the wind goes type of
Fantastic.
Type of guy.
Alrighty.
He's more interested in looking and exploring and possibly finding new spells.
All right. Well, he did get shield, which is a good spell. If you want to, you can scribe the scroll later. Right now, it would take a solid hour and 200 gold or whatever. But you can later scribe the scroll of shield, or that scrolls are one-time use items that you can use if you are in a pinch or out of spell slots.
Okay.
But yeah, so you guys can backtrack to that other area, and if you would like to. Yeah, so the portcullis is gone. It's like an open area in front of you that you can kind of explore. It seems to be just another long hallway with a branch down this way. Okay, so as you get right here, I need you to make me a reflex saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, so Niev, as you're going down the hallway, you're kind of happy-go-lucky. You're very excited about the like prospect of your new armor, and very like as you're kind of walking without much caution, you hear click, and then you react before you even know you've reacted, jumping backwards as a moon-shaped scythe comes out of the wall and sticks into this one. You have successfully avoided the trap, and it is deactivated.
Nice. Gonna do another little chuckle, like, not this time.
Desan, you see this incredibly lucky tiefling just like move the fuck out of the way of a scythe, as if it were nothing. This big moon-shaped crescent scythe that likely would have hurt like hell.
It sounds like I'm gonna just like stay a couple
Feet back.
of bodies back.
Fantastic.
Is there a way for me to do is there any checks like to detect if they're
Perception. Or you have a 10-foot pole. You can poke around on the ground with the 10-foot pole.
Yes. Okay.
That is the point of the 10-foot pole.
I got my 10-foot pole out, and I'm gonna start walking much slower.
Okay, kind of tapping the hall. As you get right here, you kind of tap this like area here, and you see another scythe trap. Boom, and you deactivate the trap by intentionally activating it with your pole. Something's back here if they're guarding it this well.
Niev is still all smiles, just walking through, like another little chuckle, like haha, as we pass each one. Still with the pole out, tippy tapping ahead.
Okay. So far you've not found any more traps. You're good to go for right now. As you get one more step forward, once again you right here push forward, and 3 crossbow bolts shoot out, and you kind of hear a click as the crossbow seems to be reloading. The tile is slowly coming back up, so you do have a time period where you can pass over it while the crossbow reloads.
I try to pass. Should I? Oh, okay. So okay, let me see. So when I step on that tile, it shoots more, or is it just going to continue?
So
keep shooting?
right now, it's a pressure plate. Pressure plate goes down, and then it slowly rises back up as the crossbow reloads. So if you continually hold the pressure plate down, it's reasonable to assume the crossbow can't reload.
Okay.
So you hold down the pressure plate with your 10-foot pole, step over it so it can't shoot you, and then hold it down so your companion can come through.
I'm going to sit here and continue holding it down that way.
What you could also do is just leave him right there, kind of like a Zelda puzzle.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we do that.
I was thinking that too.
So it now cannot activate. And what you see as you turn this corner is another hallway and a door at the end.
Niev's gonna start sneaking.
Okay.
I don't know what's on the other side of that door.
All right,
So
go ahead.
stealth.
Go ahead and roll stealth, yeah. That's pretty damn good stealth. You're able to kind of, you're very quiet as you move, and you kind of look through the door, and all you see on the other side are 2 treasure chests.
All smiles once again. I'm gesturing for Desan to come over here and look.
Okay, and what if this on like came over here and it's like, do you think it's safe? And as I like ask, do you think it's safe?
I think it's safe. After you.
This one goes in.
It's definitely
and then
safe.
Goes
You
to
go
this
first.
one
Okay.
and then checks this one out.
It is locked. You can roll perception to see if it's trapped.
Yeah, I'll roll perception. Right there.
With a 23, you can perceive that it is not trapped, though it is locked. You don't have any lock picks, so you can roll me a 1d20 plus your strength modifier. See if you can force open the lock.
Oh, there it is. 1d20 plus the strength modifier, which is 0.
Okay, so yeah, just 1d20. Yeah, with the 17, you kind of jam your the handle of your mace in there, and kind of with the extra force damage, you push down and it pops open, and inside are a pair of like these beautiful pristine mithril daggers.
Awesome.
So they're these, blue bladed elven looking daggers that are kind of sitting at the bottom of this chest, along with a set of along with a long robe that appears to be this like flowing blue, almost monk's robe, kind of very similar to what Tethala was wearing. This like blue monk's robe, with like symbols of like stars and moons on it. You don't have detect magic up right this second, but it's likely safe to say this is all magic.
Yeah. Can I do a detect magic?
Yeah,
or-
absolutely. It's a cantrip,
Yeah.
so it doesn't waste a spell slot. Yeah, it lights up blue. All of it lights up blue. This is all magic equipment.
Well,
Niev, are you checking out the other chest?
Yes.
All right. You can go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if it is trapped.
Why do I always forget where this is?
Over in your
Question.
skills, on your main page,
Wow.
there should be, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem trapped.
Is it locked?
Yeah, it's locked, but it doesn't seem trapped. I don't think I don't think you have any lockpicks, but you can try with like, I believe you have a dagger of some kind. You can try and pick the lock with sleight of hand, or you can try and force it open with strength. So 1d20 plus your strength modifier, or you can roll a sleight of hand check.
I'm gonna try sleight of hand.
Okay. With a 20, you're able to pick the lock open with your dagger. I need you to roll me a will save. 16 is just enough. Another similar feeling like the teleporter that almost got you in the first room. You were almost teleported away, but you open up this treasure chest, and you find about 30 gold inside, and underneath the gold is this beautiful, like, wide-brimmed hat with clear spaces for horns to go through, a big plume of like red feathers on the outside. It's a very beautiful hat. Desan, looking at this hat, it is glowing bright blue. It is very magical.
Niev doesn't even think about it. It just puts it on their head just immediately.
Niev, you feel as if you could probably give someone a command and they would follow it. Like, if you tried hard enough, you could command a creature to do a thing. This allows you to cast the command spell twice per day.
Ooh. Niev's got their sword once again, like kind of looking at themselves and the reflection, making faces.
As you look at this hat, it seems to morph and change to match the colors of your armor.
Nieve is all smiles, just beside themselves, like having the best time of their life. Like, oh my gosh, look at my hat.
And then you have, I would say 100 gold pieces, so 50 for each of you in this chest.
Okay.
Pretty rad.
I want to check out the daggers.
Okay, you can roll an Arcana check, Knowledge Arcana, to see what the daggers do. You get a feeling they have a general magic to them, but you don't quite know what kind. It's probably an enchantment magic of some kind. But you don't know exactly what they do.
Cool.
So for right now, just put in your inventory 2 +1 daggers. So that's going to give +1 to hit and +1 to damage. So I'll go ahead and throw those on your sheet, actually. That way you don't have to.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can go over to additional. You can go to the compendium, type dagger. And then you can drag and drop 2 daggers into your thing. And you would also know that these are made of mithril. So these are mithril daggers +1.
Are the daggers better than my mace?
So they do 1d4 damage. Your mace does 1d6.
Okay.
And your mace also has force enchantment on it now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot.
So I would say no, they're probably not as good as your mace. Decent weapons though. Decent weapons at a pinch if you like if you need something sharp. Like if something is immune to bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. There you go. The daggers also, rather than using strength, they use your dexterity score for their damage rating. So, you will likely get a little more damage out of them than you would a regular dagger. So in total, like the minimum your mithril daggers can do is 3 points of damage. The minimum your mace can do is 2 points of damage.
Okay.
But you can also wield your mace in one hand and a dagger in the other.
Okay. I think I'll store the daggers for now.
Okay, so you kind of tuck them under your belt, sheath them in the sheaths they came with, and now you have 2 cool-ass daggers. And
Can
a
I
robe
do
if
it?
you want it.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I do a detect on the robe or
Yeah, you can knowledge arcana the robe.
Yeah, I'm curious.
You have no fucking idea what this robe is. It's magic.
Damn it.
It's definitely magic. You have no
do
fucking
like
idea what
magic.
kind. If you'd like, you can science and put it on.
Yeah, I might as well. She put hairs on. I put hairs on, so let me put one.
All right, let's do some science. Okay. So Niev, you kind of see, your compatriot kind of tuck behind this chest and begin to change clothes, and you now have, instead of this padded armor, which you do not have equipped, you now have, I'm just gonna put robes ? And they do, they have a dex bonus of 6. They are light armor. They do not have a spell failure chance. So, yeah, your AC is higher than it was, and you have a less of a spell failure chance. Whether or not you can take these robes off is, you don't know yet. But you don't know if they're cursed. But you look pretty sweet though. And that seems to be what's in this room.
I think I'd turn to Niev and be like, okay, I think we need to go back there. This seems to be a dead end.
Okay.
Yeah, your friend is now wearing pretty swanky robes of your religion.
Niev is like, got their sword out, like trying to gesture, like, look at yourself, like, haha, like eyebrow wiggle. Don't we both look great? Anyway, you ready?
Yeah, I think you would go out first because of the traps still not triggered to get out of that danger zone.
Yeah, and now your little thing kind of your little guy kind of comes with you. Do either of you collect the 3 crossbow bolts that fell on the ground here?
I don't believe my guy would have any interest in them.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you only have one more way to go. We'll go ahead and shoot you down that way. But yeah, you can kind of advance forward, and so far, so good. No traps.
Gonna pull my stick back out and continue walking, say the same way that I walked.
Okay.
First
Very,
way.
very cautiously, kind of
Yeah.
tippy tapping on the ground there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, so good. No traps. As you kind of come to this corner, you see that there was a trap here, but it seems to have already been activated. Another one of those scythe traps from back there. There's a little bit of blood kind of stained on the scythe.
I'm gonna look over at Dason and be like, someone's clearly been here before. We should definitely start, we should definitely sneak the rest of the way.
Okay, I keep my guard up and I try to be quiet.
Okay. So roll stealth, guys.
Stealth.
Okay, that's a 14 for Niev, and
there. Oh god.
4. All right. So average. At least for you guys. Yeah, you seem pretty confidently sneaky. Niev, you're just like, you see your big Aasimar friend. Kind of hard to be sneaky with those big ass wings. See a single person sized hallway as you kind of head through, and you kind of sneak on by another one of these scythe traps that have been activated, kind of stuck into the wall as you head in. As you come around this corner, you immediately see 3 goblins and an orc. They do not see you. Do you stay standing where they visibly could? Is the question.
No.
Do you stop Dasan from heading forward?
Yes, I kind of like, I'm gonna put my arm out, kind of like to block, and be like put my finger in front of my mouth and be like, shh.
The goblins did not seem to notice you, so you probably would assume your stealth worked. For the moment, you're safe to talk.
So I'm gonna tell this on. In that room, I saw 3 goblins and an orc. What should we do?
I think Desan would suggest maybe putting magic armor on Niev, and then like his suggestion is okay, I'll put magic armor on you, and you'll go in and confront the closest one, and I'll come out and do magic missile to the other 2.
So, do you have magic armor as a spell, or do you have shield?
I have magic armor in one of my spells.
Okay,
as
cool.
level.
Cool. Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, so that's like the plan I suggest. It's like I could give magic armor before we attack, and then when we do, we can surprise them with a direct assault from me, and then a magic missile directed to another one, so that we can at least eliminate 2 maybe early.
And you have your little ice friend that can also help you.
Yes. Do we both get magic armor, or do you just put magic armor on me?
It's just you. It's a one person at a time, and it's
So we
concentration.
My goal
separate, right?
I'll tell you, I'll stay distant as best I can away from them.
So, so I think Niev would be a little concerned, though. Niev would wonder if you would prefer to have the magic armor cast on yourself instead, because aren't you squishier?
I guess I am squishier.
It's up
Perhaps
to you.
that would be a better idea.
Yeah, Niev did just get swanky ass new armor.
Yeah, okay. Then we'll switch it. We can switch it to where I put the magic armor on myself before we do that.
You
attack.
start casting buff spells on yourself. Yeah, no, fuck that. Niev, do you have any buff spells you might want to cast? Because you are a spellcaster. You're not just a frontliner.
Yeah. So what kind of things can I do with my instrument?
Well, let's check your sheet. You should have a few things listed. Let's bring up your character sheet really quickly. So we're gonna go over to your spells. You have, let's see. So we'll click the spell summon instrument. This spell summons a one handheld musical instrument of your choice. This instrument appears in your hands, or at your feet, or your choice. This instrument is typical for its type. Only one instrument will appear at a time. Essentially, this just allows you to, if you don't have an instrument on you, summon one for the purposes of using performance checks, things of that nature, and your instrument itself is the kind of spellcasting focus for you, essentially.
Okay. I don't really. It doesn't seem like I have any buffs.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, no.
Give me 1 second, cause I think you might have more spells than you might have more spells, like you're supposed to have more spells, but you didn't quite finish your level up before the session. So you might have more spells, but if you want to go ahead and go on the SRD and check the Bard after session, but for right now, we're gonna say you don't, but you do have Charm Person, which is a pretty interesting spell.
I was definitely looking at that. I was kind of thinking over in my head, like if I charm. So Niev's coming up with a plan. Like Niev thinks they might be able to perhaps charm the ogre. Perhaps the ogre is the boss.
So it's an orc. He's just
An orc.
so an ogre would be a much larger creature. This is just your standard like run of the mill orc.
Okay.
But yes, you are correct. That is probably the boss.
So I'm wondering if maybe we don't try to try to fight them head on first. Maybe let's try to just get them to leave. Because that is a lot. That is much more at one time than we've fought so far. So maybe Niev wants to try to charm
Okay.
the orc. So should I go in, kind of sneak in and get their attention, like whistle or?
Well, so charm person, if you go ahead and click it,
Mhm.
charm person, makes a humanoid regard you as a trusted friend and ally. Treat the target's attitude as friendly. If the creature is currently being threatened or attacked by you or your allies, however, it receives a +5 on its saving throw. The spell does not enable you to control the charmed person, as if it were an automaton, but it perceives your words and actions as the most favorable way. You can try and give the subject orders, but you must win an opposed charisma check to convince it to do anything it wouldn't do ordinarily. Retries are not allowed. An affected creature never obeys suicidal or obviously harmful orders, but it might be convinced that something very dangerous is worth doing. Any act by you or your apparent allies that threatens the charmed person breaks the spell. You must speak the person's language to communicate your commands, or else be really good at pantomiming.
Mm-hmm. And what about the command spell that my hat has?
Now, command is a little different. Command, you can give one simple command and cause this orc to follow that command, or take psychic damage.
So what if?
Mm-hmm.
So can we see the whole room, or did I
You
just see?
You can see the whole room. You could, from where you are, you see this massive room, and in the center is a crystal with a woman inside of it, kind of crystallized inside. She's holding a quarterstaff with a moon symbol on the top, and she's wearing this ornate armor dedicated to Tethala. But they are attempting to dig her out of this crystal.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask Desan, do you want to, like, would you prefer we try to fight them, that way we can at least loot them afterwards, or do you want to try our hands at me commanding the orc to command everybody to leave and then just go with them?
Remember, it is a simple command. You can, it's like,
Oh.
you can command leave, flee, drop, grovel, that kind of thing.
Flee. I'm gonna try to command flee.
Okay.
But then that would make it so that we can't get any
Well,
kind of handy items.
he would leave. The goblins wouldn't. You'd still have to fight the goblins.
Yeah.
I suggest, well, if he would leave, though, he would leave completely.
You don't know. He might. Yeah, he also might succeed his saving throw.
I suggest to Niev that maybe have the big guy attack one of the goblins, and then we get the other two.
Yeah, so
attack.
Yeah, that is a thing that you can also do, is attack.
Because I'm afraid the big one won't leave entirely, and then we'll be trapped in here.
Yeah. All right, so I can command. Would that be command or
command?
Charm? Command. Okay.
Command would be one spell you could do, or charm person could get him to attack for a longer period.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Charm him, get him on our side.
Okay.
For the whole attack.
Yep.
Or yeah, instead of just one attack, where he might hit just one time and then start attacking us right afterwards.
Yeah.
All right. So Niev is gonna saunter in.
Okay.
And immediately try to charm person.
So you get his attention. How do you get his attention?
I whistle.
The orc kind of steps forward and goes, "Who are you? What are you doing here? Leave my temple now."
We were just here admiring your temple.
Just peeking around the corner.
He's like squinting at you. Clearly he doesn't believe you. How did you get past my men? He is clearly very suspicious of you, especially being that you are a Lunarian tiefling in a Temple of Tethala, where he has desecrated several areas in this fucking place.
Your men. We didn't see anybody else.
Roll me a deception or bluff. It's bluff in this game.
A bluff. Okay,
Yep.
let me find it.
He's gonna roll sense motive.
There's bluff.
He does not believe you in the fucking slightest. He knows you're lying. He's like, I know you lie to me, Crystal Horn. Lie again and I will have your tongue.
Could I do charm person now?
Yeah, you can cast Charm Person.
Okay.
So DC 14. Ooh. So you attempt to cast the spell and it fizzles. Roll initiative. And that's one spell slot down. All right. Alrighty.
I'm not one of rolls, right?
No, everybody roll initiative
I
unless
gotta
you're
roll
just
initiative?
gonna
Okay, okay.
unless you're just gonna let your friend die.
Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad. INIT.
Yep. All right, Dasan, what did you roll?
14.
And Niev, what did you roll?
17.
All right, so you two will go first. The orc rolled a 12 and the goblins rolled a 9. Yeah, so you're up first. What do you do?
Me?
Yep.
I'm gonna run straight in and do my short sword of lightning.
Okay. Holy fucking shit. All right, so what is your max damage is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you do a total of 12 damage to this motherfucker right off the bat.
Jesus.
Slice in, the lightning cutting through. You're guided by the hand of your goddess, kind of like confirming that this guy is definitely an enemy.
Hit it again.
Yep. 18 will hit. 7, 8. 8 more points of piercing and lightning damage.
Destroying this man.
That threat of taking your tongue, you're not very happy about it, obviously. You have one more action.
I'm just like enamored by my new sword. Like just one more, yeah.
Yeah, 21. That's gonna hit. So that's gonna be another 5 points of damage. Your little ice blorbo goes on your turn. What do you do? What are you gonna have him do? Ray of Frost? Okay, yeah. You can have him do Ray of Frost twice. So go ahead and roll me a 1d20 plus your charisma modifier. So 3, I do believe. That's 3d20. So it's going to be on the right side that you're going to put the yeah.
Oh.
That's a 6. That's a miss. Go ahead and roll again. That's a 19. Okay. So, Ray of Frost does a D3 damage. So, /roll. 1d3. He gets hit for 1 point of ice damage.
All right. One more.
Right? Nope. That is his little like mini turn in your action. Dasan, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to shoot just a straight magic missile at the goblins straight in front of me.
Okay. Go ahead and click the spell for me.
Magic missile.
All right. So far, I do believe you only get one. Because you do... At third... Actually, no. You get, two magic missiles right now. So both of them do 3 force damage. So you can target just this one, or you can target multiple creatures with multiple missiles. So what, are you just hitting this guy with both missiles, or are you going to hit him with more?
Is there a range to my missiles?
Your range is 100 feet.
Okay, so pretty good.
Yeah.
Can I hit this one and
Yep,
this one, the 2 back lines?
Magic missile never misses, so yes.
Okay.
How many spell slots do you have left?
How do I know?
Well, you should have a uses per day right next to your spells. How many spells have you used? Like, not cantrips, like leveled spells. I do believe this is the first time you've cast a leveled spell.
It is.
So that means you've used 1 spell slot out of how many?
Is it the dots between it or the number?
The number
Out
up
of
top.
Oh, 6.
Okay, so you have 5 spell slots left.
Okay. Can I hit this guy with the ray of frost from here, or do I have to move?
You can do it from there, or you can hit him with magic missile. You do have 5 more uses of that shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll hit him with magic missile. Do I click it again?
Yeah, click the thing so it can tell me how much damage you're doing. Are you hitting him with both missiles?
I'll hit him with both, yeah.
Okay, so you do an 8 points of force damage from your magic missile. He looks like he's on death's door. So the wonderful thing about magic missile is that it never misses, and it is a machine gun eventually.
That's awesome. I feel much safer in this scenario than the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 goblins nearly bloodied. One of the orc boss almost dead.
So I can do that 4 more times?
Yes, you can.
Sure, we'll do it again.
Okay. Okay. So that's going to do 5 points of force damage. I'm going to tell you, this dude only has a single health point left.
Okay.
Are you going to hit him, or would you like to hit someone else?
I'm gonna hit these 2 back lines again.
Okay, so these 2 take 5 points of force damage and are also nearly fucking dead. But that's all 3 of your actions. And now it is the orc's turn. The orc is going to raise its longsword, and he's going to try and swing down on Niev. A 9 will not hit your AC. A natural 1 will not hit your AC, and a 7 will not hit your AC. Niev, this new armor of yours kind of deflecting the blows as you're dodging and ducking. This orc cannot touch you. This goblin will kind of split off from the others and attempt to crossbow you. So, does a 13 hit your AC?
My AC is 19.
So that's a no. 21's going to hit you. So you take 5 points of piercing damage. And then he's going to try and hit you again. 22 will hit you, and you take another 5 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
You are bloodied, my friend. These guys will run up here and both try and attack Niev. So, boop. Niev, does a 16 hit your AC?
No.
Okay. Does a 20 hit your AC?
It's the same.
Okay, so that will not hit you either. And a 13 will also miss, so that's the first goblin. 18, 16, 21. There we go. Now we get a hit. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and it is now your turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit, how do we? I'm gonna hit that goblin with my sword.
So, here is the thing that I do for players who overkill enemies. You would have done 6 points of damage to an enemy that has 1 point. All 3 of the enemies in front of you have a single health point left. You sweep with your electric sword, and it's like a lightning streaks across the room as all 3 of these enemies fall at your feet, defeated.
Nice.
And then this guy is the only one that's left, and he is very scared.
Let me see. I guess I'm gonna. I can. I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
And I can hit with my sword again, right?
Yep, 2 more times. That is a hit. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, how would you... Please describe to me how you would like to kill this goblin.
Ew. Gonna just thrust the sword straight into this goblin's belly
Okay.
with lightning.
Okay.
Kinda
Lightning crackles.
all over the place.
Lightning crackles inside your around your sword as the sword pierces the goblin's belly. The light fades from the goblin's eyes as it goes limp and drops its weapon. The crossbow clattering to the floor as you have officially cleared out Tethala's temple. A stillness falls over the air, and you hear in the back of your head, "Well done, Niev. You have done me proud, as you have succeeded in your mission." So how you see this other woman crystallized in this big like, blue glowing crystal, this clear like priestess to the moon, the lady of the shining moon, Tethala. This is probably a high priestess of hers. Being this was a tomb, you probably know this is her final resting place. So you're able to kind of move these goblins out and away from the temple, and you're able to find your way out, looting the goblins and the orc. You find a long sword, about 500 gold pieces in total, 2 maces, a crossbow with 20 bolts, or a hand crossbow with 20 bolts, and 2 slings with about 20 sling bullets each, so 40 total. And that is what you were able to get off of the goblins and the orc. The orc was wearing like this patchwork plate mail armor. Neither of you can wear plate mail, but it'd probably fetch a good price in town. Do you go back to town immediately, or would you like to rest here and end session?
I'm gonna let that be up to Jason.
It's all good to me, either or.
Well, I will say that if you return to town, we're ending session either way. It's just if your characters rest in the wilderness, or if they head back to the glorious civilization that is Reckford to kind of revel and drink and sell your wares, sell your prizes from within the temple, and kind of go back to the guild hall that is the Hall of Blades, and be welcomed back as heroes who accomplished their mission. You're the first set of Hall of Blades members to actually come back from a mission that wasn't the guild leader for a hot minute now. So, like, congratulations, you didn't die.
I think we'll go back, yeah.
Yeah.
We could go back.
You are heralded as successful heroes as you make your way back to town. If you sell the equipment that kind of you got off the goblins, you can get a good solid another 50 gold pieces to split between you. So 550 gold in total is what you have to split. The other items that you got weren't magical of any kind, just the magic items you got from within the temple. You're able to get your gear identified. The 2 daggers are just +1 daggers. The robes are known as the robes of the Moon Maiden. They give an extra AC bonus, and they give you the ability to deflect arrows if they are shot at you. If you are attuned,
cool.
if you are attuned to the item, so you can grab arrows out of the fucking air.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's one less worry for me. Okay.
Exactly. But yeah, congratulations. You have completed your mission. Thank you everybody on the recording for watching. We'll see y'all on YouTube. This is a tradition that I will say that kind of catches people off guard. Every time I do my outro, I say fuck you to my first DM, Dave. And you can participate or you don't have to. But remember everyone to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Have a wonderful evening, and fuck you, Dave.
Fuck you, Dave.